Okay, this is too high up. I'm having to use my phone today because I can't get my computer working, which is okay. That's what we have phones for. They're a great way to, I think because it's leaning over, that's why it's, all right, we're just gonna have to lower it down. Let's see. Here we go. And I swear I do have clothes on. There we go, now you can see it. And you see my beautiful Buddha. There's part of my altar. I have many different altars in my home. So yes, here we are. Today is February 2nd, and it is the feast day for a couple of beautiful goddesses. It's a high holy day. So it is the Dia de Yemaya, especially celebrated in Brazil. So big shout out to my Brazilian friends. And it's also Imbolc, which is from the Celtic traditions. And it represents the first thawing of winter, the very first signs of spring, right? It's when the sheep begin birthing and they produce milk. So it's the signs of first life. And it's also Candlemas. If you're in the Christian tradition, it's also the feast day of Saint Bridget and the goddess Bridget. I love the cross-quarter holidays, and these are fire festivals, right? It's all about awakening the fire element, the heat. And the veils are really thin during these times of the year. So that's what we have going on as far as festivals. And of course, I'm here to do a beautiful Yemaya activation for you to awaken her energy within you. So everything that exists basically also exists within us as an archetype. All the gods and goddesses, the characters that we love, right? So we are calling in this beautiful holy energy of Yemaya, and also knowing that the blueprint for Yemaya also exists within us. And I also want to point out these beads were given to me by my amazing friend Colleen. She got these in Cuba. These are Yemaya's colors. She also certain colors green. So Yemaya is the unconditional the goddess of unconditional love. She's a great ocean mother. So the clear beads represent, the clarity of water, the transparency, and these beautiful blue beads obviously represent the beautiful color of the ocean. And generally when we really celebrate Yemaya and we're venerating her, we wear her colors, right? So blue, white, certain colors of green. So pretty much almost all colors of blue will work for her because she's the ocean, and all the different variations of the colors. So people may be having a hard time finding me because I usually use a different streaming service on my computer. So that's all right. We're just going to get going. What else do you need to know about today? So today the moon is in Cancer. So Cancer is a water sign, and it's the sign of the heart, the mother, nurturing. So again, a beautiful day to connect in with Yemaya and feel into bringing that sense of nurturing and home into your own heart, into your body, because that's what these activations are. That's what these codes are about. It's all about integrating energies instantaneously so that we up level, we raise our vibrations, all this different stuff. So it's super important to do this work, and it's so fast and simple. That's another reason why I love doing this. And bringing other people into it. So this is a meditation activation for women, for men, all genders. And it's great for kids. So what else can I tell you? Also, we have Venus in Pisces. So Venus is exalted in Pisces. This is the sign of unconditional love, of no boundaries, of like this overflowing love. And everything has this beautiful kind of glow to it. It's very glamorous but soft and welcoming, and there's a vibrancy, but again, it's more like a shimmering, you know, the sun shimmering on the waves and reflecting. Okay, so I have spent many, many years with Yemaya. My story with her is I believe she's been with me since, I was in the womb, since I was born. But when I first really became conscious of her and aware of her, I was about 19 years old. So I'm 55 now. So yeah, I was quite young. And I had just started at Cal State Northridge. I was a percussion major. And my dad gave me these set of congas that belonged to an amazing, beautiful Brazilian percussionist named Laugir de Oliveira, who is in heaven. So maybe he's with us today. I think Laugir and his drums helped Yemaya really connect with me. So, I mean, I was learning the Afro-Cuban, Afro-Brazilian rhythms in college at that time, and meeting different people. And so anyways, I would say maybe a month or two after I received the congas, I had a dream of this gigantic, like, I don't know, 12 foot, maybe 20 foot tall, very dark skinned African woman rising out of the ocean. And I remember, I was laying on, when I woke up in the dream, I was laying on a beach and there were palm trees behind me and monkeys and all kinds of exotic birds. I was like, oh, it feels like I'm in Brazil. I'm definitely in some place exotic. Hey, Demelza, Yemanja, Odoya. May Yemanja be praised. So thank you for being here. If you are here, say hello in the comments. So back to the dream. So anyways, she was like just smiling at me and calling me to her in a language, at the time I had no idea what the language was, but I knew she was like calling me to come to her. So I had a conversation with another gentleman that I knew at that time, and he was a practitioner of Santeria, and he was like, that's Yemaya, she's calling you. You probably should get initiated. And I was like, what? What are you talking about? So anyways, well, let's fast forward to when I was in grad school at Pacifica Graduate University Institute. And my major was basically, someone's looking for me. Yeah, people can't find me because I'm on my phone. My computer wasn't working. So people are like, where are you? Where are you? I'm kind of bummed, but that's how it goes. Technology, right? So when I was going to Pacifica, I was studying all the different world religions, and I finally, I loved the Cuban and Brazilian religions, and I just, the more I got into it, the more I decided, well, this is what I want to do my dissertation on. This is what I want to focus on. So I actually focused on 3 separate areas. I was focused in Celtic mythology, in Greek mythology, and also in African mythology. And when I say African mythology, I'm including the diasporas, and so when I went to do field work for my dissertation in Brazil, and I got to study with the Mãe de Santo and the Pai de Santo. They are the mother and the father, right? And I was actually invited to an initiation ceremony in a temple in Brazil. and I got to see an initiation of someone becoming Yemaya. So I originally had these same beads from Brazil. I did a very, very early initial ritual to bind me to Yemaya, to just show my reverence to her, and that's in my dissertation, which will become a book. But I'm also doing a class for 30 days, and it's more than a class, it's an experience where every, like, a few days a week, 4 days a week, I channel in messages from Yemaya to everybody for healing. And there's also beautiful PDFs. I have recipes to make her ritual foods, and I'll be doing videos on that. I have beautiful ritual baths and all the mythology about Yemaya in this course. So it's experiential, and then of course, I kind of geek out with all of the stuff that I know about her and that I've experienced working with her for, most of my life. Anything else that I want to tell you about Yemaya? She is in Brazil often called the Dona de la Cabeça, the governor of the head. So, we always think of Yemaya so much as about the one we go to petition for a child for fertility, and for a husband, and for the protection of family. She's the protector of the family unit. It doesn't matter what kind of family, right? She's not judging, gay and lesbian families, transgender families. She's the glue that holds people who love each other and who belong together. She's really amazing. So, like I said, she's one to petition for conception, to create a child, which I did, and that's how I got Seraphina, because everybody told me I'd never have a baby. She was my late in life baby at 40, but after doing some pretty big rituals and petitions to Yemaya. So I always believe that Seraphina was brought to me by Yemaya. She was born on August 7th. She was almost born on August 8th. But the fact that she was born on the 7th, again, it stamps and marks her as a child of Yemaya, because Yemaya, her number is 7. And yeah, again, in the class, I get into all the geeked out details. So I don't want to get too much into it, because I want to get you guys into the meditation and into the activation. But I just want to give you some background. So going back to the Dona de la Cabeça, a lot of people, like I said, associate with her with fertility and creation, because she's the mother of all life and the mother of unconditional love. But she's also the mother, or the protector of the head. She, when they say Dona de la Cabeza, the protector of the head, the one who, can help heal mental illness, any sort of mental disturbances, bring us peace and calm, right? So all of that is really important these days. I know you'll agree with me on that. So a lot of people don't know that. So I thought I'd throw that out there, because, there's a lot of information. And I also want to make sure that we have the full spectrum picture of who Yemaya is. All right, beautiful ones. So we're going to start the meditation activation. And I just want you to totally relax, close your eyes down, and start breathing nice and deep. Let's take a nice deep inhale. And let it out. Feeling the air touching every side of your body, the front, the back, the left side, the right side, the top and the bottom. Feeling fully contained and protected in this space. On this beautiful high holy day, the Dia de Yemaya, Imbolc, Candlemas, we surround ourselves with all the angels and all of the Orisha, who that word translate to angel of the head, right? So there we are, back with the head. So the head is really important in this spiritual paradigm. It is like a womb unto itself. It is a container. It is a vessel. And many initiation ceremonies have to do with shaving the hair, shaving the head, painting patterns on the head, depending on which Orisha is being implanted or seated, right? Often we think of when we call on the Orisha as they ride us, when you're fully initiated, right? So what we're doing today is calling in the essence of Yemaya in this protected space, in this holy, purified space, and knowing that she will bless us just with her presence. That's all that's needed, right? So I want you to just get as relaxed as you can. So you're breathing deeply, and I want you to imagine that you are floating safely on the surface of the water of this ocean, and Yemaya's hands literally are like holding you up underneath, and you're just rocking back and forth gently on the waves. And as you know, you came into this world as an aquatic being. You were floating in your mother's amniotic fluid for 9 months. And before that, you were floating inside of a tiny egg in her ovary. And when she was a child inside the womb of your grandmother, you were floating also in your grandmother's womb while you were inside your mother. Because the ovaries develop, I believe, at 3 or 4 months in the womb. It doesn't matter, but I want you to just feel the containment and the safety of the mother, this unconditional mother love that Yemaya is holding you. And she's going to invite you now to go under the water, to come into her realm. So there's no fear and no need, because you can breathe underwater. You did it before. You did it for 9 months. So she takes you down into the water, and it's so peaceful, and you just feel yourself drifting slowly down, getting more and more relaxed, down, all the way down. And you're taking nice deep breaths. You're totally comfortable, feeling safe, feeling really relaxed, feeling held, feeling contained and safe. And eventually, after floating gently down for what seems like miles and miles, you're so deep. And you finally land on this soft sand at the bottom of the ocean. And you see above you beautiful schools of fish with the sunlight reflecting off of their beautiful scales. You hear whale songs and see dolphins, turtles, all kinds of sea lives, even sharks, and everything is calm and peaceful and in harmony. And it's so quiet and still. And you know that Yemaya is the ocean herself. So you are actually inside her body right now. And you begin to feel your legs fusing together and becoming a tail. transforming into a beautiful mermaid or merman. And you begin to not only just drift, but to swim and to explore the coral, explore everything on the bottom. And again, you're looking up at this beautiful light that's filtering in. And you keep swimming and swimming. And you hear off in the distance drumming and songs and laughter and just the beautiful sounds of celebration. So you swim toward those sounds. And off in the distance, as you get closer to these sounds, you see a beautiful silver glistening palace under the water. And this is Yemaya's palace that we've heard about in so many myths, where people, even above the surface of the water, will hear the drums, will hear the celebration, and dive into the water and find their way to her palace, into this world. So you swim right in with all of these other mer creatures of every type, mermaids, mermen, different species of mer people. You even see like giant anaconda. All the beautiful aquatic creatures are being invited to this celebration. And you come into this palace and you're swimming through and just looking at the opulence, looking at all the beauty. And you swim into this giant hall where you see Yemaya on her throne, because she is Ayaba. Ayaba is queen. And you hear the sounds of all these mer people and oceanic beings saying Odoya, Odoya, which means we praise you, great mother of the fishes, because she is the mother of all. And you get in line to come and be and meet the beautiful Yemaya. And you feel the excitement building, and you feel in your heart even a deeper opening into stillness, into calmness, into your power, your true power, that you were holding even that potential as a tiny egg. But now you are fully formed. You are fully in your power. And you swim up and you reach the front of the line and come to Yemaya, and she opens her arms up to you. And you take her hands, and she's smiling, embracing you very tightly, and you feel her breasts against you. She's this beautiful, curvaceous, dark-skinned, beautiful, beautiful goddess. And she wants to celebrate you. Celebrate how far you've come from that mere potential to the embodiment of the queen, the king that you are. So she takes you by the hand into this beautiful grand ballroom. And everyone gathers around as she announces you, calling you by your name, and also by the name that she has for you. So maybe you hear this name, maybe it's a language, maybe it's light language, And take that in. Take in this naming ceremony where you're being recognized by hundreds and hundreds of beings, and maybe you recognize some of them. Take in this scene for a moment, holding in your heart this feeling of gratitude for your life, for the life that Yemaya has given you, because it's such a gift. And scenes from the past 5 to 10 years of how you've overcome so much and all that you've accomplished, it all flashes now into your mind. And Yemaya takes her hand and places it on the top of your head. And you feel from her hand this blessing of the power of the ocean, the power to crush boulders into sand, the power to carve the Grand Canyon, the power to create, the power to love so deeply and powerfully, and mostly loving yourself in this deep, unconditional way of radical self-acceptance. And it's even beyond that. It's this feeling of a true knowing of who you are at your core before anybody ever told you who you were supposed to be or who they thought you are, who projected all their shit onto you. And you're receiving this energetic transmission. It's like this sonar that you feel like coming down from the top of your head and just coming down through your body, down, all the way down and into the earth. And you begin to see all of your desires. They're coming towards you, and they're like these beautiful pink bubbles with images inside them or symbols that represent your desires. Some of them you may be familiar with, you may know intimately, and some might feel new to you. And each bubble comes forward and you look at it. And you know that this sonar is not only going from head to toe, to the bottom, to the beautiful, into the earth, but it's also rippling out horizontally. And that is what's drawing your desires to you. And you know that these desires are yours because they're meant for you. And you don't need to entertain them right now. Maybe it's a future desire. But basically, you are drawing them in like a beautiful siren, magnetic, seductive, charming. And you touch each of these bubbles, and when you touch them, they light up and vibrate. And then they begin to float up towards the surface. So you know that these beautiful desires are coming to fruition for you. They are floating up to the surface now because you have attracted them. All you needed to do was be, because that is how your desires are. They just are. There is no reason for your desire. There is no logic. There is no need to judge or to plan or to grasp, because they naturally magnetize to you through your signal. Yemaya removes her hand from the top of your head and embraces you again, holding you so close, and you could feel her heart beating. You could feel the heat and the softness of her body. And you feel so nourished and comforted. And in this moment, there is perhaps an exchange between you and Yemaya. And you can ask her anything you wish, or she may just be transmitting feelings, sensations, ideas, her love, whatever it is, just take it in. Really savoring these last moments that you have right now in communion with Yemaya, this beautiful goddess, the ocean mother of unconditional love. And now she releases you, and you bow deeply and begin to swim through the crowd, through the hall, and out the door and the gates of Yemaya's palace. And you see now that the moon is full, and you can see it from deep below the waves as you're looking up at the surface, and you know you're ready to meet those desires up at the surface. So you begin to swim up, slowly drifting, almost as if, again, Yemaya's hands as the ocean are just gently pushing you up, up, up. Closer to the surface, you see the moon magnified, the light of the moon growing brighter and brighter, and you're getting closer and closer to the surface. Now you're just about at the surface. And now you reach the surface and your head pops through, feeling this beautiful tropical breeze, opening your eyes and seeing the moon above. And right in front of you, just a matter of 4 or 5 feet away, is this beautiful beach. And so you swim to the beach and you get up and walk out of this ocean, out of the waves, and you're back on land. So now I want you to begin to come back to your body, back to the present moment, knowing that you have brought back all of this beautiful, magnetic, seductive energy and all your desires. And you have embodied and anchored in this beautiful gratitude and celebration of who you are, the truth of who you are. So just open your eyes when you're ready. And if you want to, tell me in the comments how that was for you. And I'm so grateful that we had this time, especially, like I said, on this beautiful holy day where we're celebrating Yemaya, we're celebrating that part of ourselves. Yay! So Yemaya is Yemaya's name in Brazil and also some other places. Hi, Marie. Emergence. Oh, yes. Beautiful. That's a beautiful sensation. I love that idea. Okay, beautiful ones. So if you wish to join me for the journey with Yemaya over the next month. We begin February 9th, and the link is in the description below. It's on my website. If you have any questions at all, you can DM me on Facebook. You can send me an email. And you're welcome, Demelza. I love you. Yes, I hope you all feel restored and energized from this and calm. I also brought through a transmission last night from Yemaya because I'm already connecting in, getting ready to, run this beautiful group, and we have, I think, eight women already in the group. So it's just a beautiful, it's a beautiful time. So we will be, really doing our goddess practice each day, and often we'll do it 3 days a week together over Voxer. There's an amazing Shavasana meditation where it's literally just whale song and the ocean waves and some dolphin sounds mixed in with the recording of what it sounds like when you're in your mother's womb. So that's also included as part of the class, and we're going to spend a lot of time in Shavasana and child's pose. That's a lot of what Yemaya is about, is just that power, the truly magnetic power of just stillness and not doing, pretty much, goddess energy is about beingness and stillness. But with Yemaya, it's very, very deep. It's different from Lakshmi. It's different from Venus, all the other goddesses, Kuan Yin, Tara. They all, have this beautiful power of beingness and presence and immanence, because that's what the goddess is for us. With Yemaya, we go very, very deep and deep, deep, deep. So I'm going to be doing a lot of hypnosis, and maybe show you some hypnotherapy techniques, because it's the water, and it's the depths of the water, and bringing that energy into your body, really anchoring in and activating those codes within you so you can really transform and call in those desires so powerfully, because they already belong to you. They're already yours. You wouldn't have the desires if they weren't for you. They are meant for you. All right, beautiful ones. So have an amazing, amazing evening for you, Demi, and afternoon for Marie, and those of you here in the Pacific. We are still in, morning time. So enjoy, do this often. And yeah, if you feel called to join, I cannot wait to see you in the Yemaya journey. Okay, I love you. Bye. Okay, now I don't know, I don't know how to turn these lives off on the phone, so I'm gonna look like a goofball. Let's see.